So we live in uncertain times, Mr. Baker, and
Mm.
people are scared. And gold is being touted by your company and others as kind of a safe haven.
Mm.
But really, how safe is it?
Like any other investment, it goes up, it goes down. But in terms of what we're looking at in the market, what we're looking at with the dollar, just performance alone, gold's up 60% since 2020, and the purchasing power of the dollar is down 30%. So if I had to take a pick of having all my money in cash or all my money in gold, certainly the performance has been towards gold.
Now, I have some gold because you have been our sponsor generously for years,
Mm.
and I have some silver. How
Mm.
difficult, if I had to sell it, would it be for me to realize some profits? Because there's a difference between what it says on paper and then
Sure.
what you're going to get when you sell it in the open marketplace, correct?
Correct. So, you would reach out to us, say, these are the assets that I have. We would talk about the market value of those assets, what spot price is at today, and then give you a bid price on what we would pay you for those assets. And then we would arrange shipping for you to ship those back to us and get you a bank wire the next day.
Okay, so you yourself, American Hartford Gold, will buy back. If somebody has pretty good gains, if they invested with you 2 or 3 years ago, they have a nice gain. So you will buy it back, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a two-way marketplace. It's something we're very proud of, and we don't charge any fees on the buyback on the back end.
Well, that should uh, reassure everyone who wants to get into this market. Now,
Sure.
politics obviously has an impact, and nobody can
Mm.
predict the markets. And the impact is that certain parties and people see the American investment community in a different way. I don't know
Mm.
if this is a fair question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But in your operation, what is your political philosophy? Are you more conservative, liberal? Where are you guys?
I'd say, we lean a little more on the conservative side of things. We're a company that believes in less government, not more government. So, that's kind of my personal stance. If I've always said, if you want more government, you're a Democrat. If you want less government, you're very much a conservative.
Okay, so the marketplace is divided because there are a lot of big Wall Street firms donating to
Mm.
the Harris campaign. Now, I can't really figure
Sure.
that out because she wants to raise corporate taxes
Yeah.
substantially and even
And
tax.
she's talking
Right,
about tax and unrealized capital gains. She's talking about raising capital gains
right.
taxes in itself. And you had Mark Cuban on CNBC earlier talking about that'll absolutely murder the stock market.
But it's not going to happen.
So,
It's unconstitutional. And I want to,
right.
and you don't have to say it, but I'll say it. I want to reassure my audience that Kamala
Mm.
Harris can say whatever she wants. Bernie Sanders can, be the socialist of the year, but there is a
Mm.
constitution, and you cannot go to seize private property. And
Sure.
unrealized gains are private property. All right. So because the
Absolutely.
gains go up and they go down. So we're going to get a
Yeah.
refund, madam, when unrealized gains go down. You're going to give me a rebate back? You couldn't do it. And the
Sure.
federal courts are going to acknowledge that. So
Mm.
when you're talking to a customer and they say, look, I don't know much about this stuff, but I'm scared.
Sure.
How do you reassure them? What's the sales pitch?
Sure. We get a lot of people obviously that are first time investors in physical gold, and that's kind of what we specialize in. It's taking someone down the path of, is this right for you? Here's how the process works. Here's why people are doing this. Does this sound like you? And obviously we would never encourage anybody to put all of their life savings or all of their money into physical gold. Gold is meant to be a hedge and an insurance policy. And if we have someone that is saying, hey, I'm losing money in the market, I'm concerned about the dollar. I've read that gold is, has zero counterparty risk and is the currency to be in, then that sounds a lot like our client. And like, hey, let's dip our toe in the water. You can see how the process works. We can start small, and if it makes sense down the road, we can do a little bit more. But we're very consultative, and we want to make sure you have a full understanding and education of the gold market. And again, if this makes sense for you and your portfolio.
Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. America is at a breaking point. Record inflation, interest rates, debt. The last thing we need is more reckless government spending and higher taxes, and they could happen. So protect your savings with American Hartford Gold. They'll help you secure your retirement by diversifying with physical gold and silver. Start with a simple phone call. They'll guide you through the process, even deliver gold and silver right to your door, or place it directly in your IRA or 401k. Don't wait. These safe haven assets can protect you in an economic crisis. Call or text American Hartford Gold today. Tell them O'Reilly sent you to get up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201. Or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532.
I remember having dinner with you. Boy, time flies. It might have been 3-4 years ago on Long Island. And Max was kind enough to pick up the tab, so I ordered an appetizer. And I said to you then, how do you assure that some of your salespeople aren't overly aggressive? Because some of them are working on commission and things like that.
Sure.
The more they sell, the more they make. And they might be pushing it a little bit. And how do you supervise that?
Yeah, so we do have a full-scale compliance department of 8 people. We have a full legal team that tells us what we can and can't do. All of our account executives are monitored. All of their calls are monitored. And you better believe that our compliance department is all over that every single day. And on top of that, our training is top-notch in terms of training our new account executives and the process that they go through. And I will say, over the past 4 or 5 years, gold hasn't been a hard sell at all. It's been a common sense play. So
no, I know that.
Yeah, we haven't had to deal with that all that much. People have been calling us to buy.
And I want to reassure my audience, which I don't know whether you know this or not, but because of YouTube now, about 5 times as many people are watching me now and listen to me on the radio than watched me when I was on Fox. I mean, the social media is so huge that we're able to, push out our message. And I always tell my audience that, look, if you have a problem with one of my sponsors, you come to me.
Yeah.
Because I can get Max on the phone.
That's right. Right. We've emailed all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And we do that because we want the folks to feel relaxed about it. Now, we have 2,000 new clients every single month, and we've delivered over $3 billion of physical gold and silver to people's front doors, to their vaults, to vaults around the country. Now, do most people put the physical gold in safe deposit boxes and banks? Well, how do they do that?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways you can invest in physical gold with us. You can send us a check or a bank wire, and then we'll send that gold wherever you'd like us to send it, whether it's to your home, whether it's to a vault of your choice, maybe a private storage facility, a bank. And folks, will put it in their gun safe at home. They'll put it somewhere at their home, or they will have a bank or a depository nearby their home. And then we have folks that put a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold. And then obviously, because that's a retirement account, that is stored at one of the IRS approved vaults around the country. And then if they're ready to liquidate or take delivery of that metal, they can take a distribution and get it sent to them.
Fascinating. Do you recommend insurance for people who buy fairly significant amounts of gold and silver?
I do. If you're storing it in your home or at a bank, I would recommend getting a third party. If it's metal that you're holding within your IRA or 401k, we have Lloyd's of London that insures those vaults for you.
Wow, very interesting. Do you have a hotline you give customers if they do have a complaint or questions that they can get right through and they don't have to wait for 4 hours or stuff like that?
Oh yeah, you're always going to get a live rep when you call our 800 number. It waterfalls. If someone is busy, it's going to waterfall to another department, You're never going to get an automation. It's always a live voice.
Okay. And the wait time on getting the live voice?
Instant.
Wow.
We're a company. Yeah, we're a company of 300 people, and again, customer service is what we feel separates us from everybody else.
Okay. So I'm glad we had this conversation because, we live in a dangerous age. You know that. Nothing is ever guaranteed in the investment realm. You made that point up top, and I appreciate you making it. But at this juncture, it looks like that you've honed your operation down to a very, very organized, smooth level where you pretty much can handle anything that comes your way. That's the kind of people I want to do business with. I don't want any chaos. I want to know if I'm investing my hard-earned money that somebody's watching that, whether it be in metals or whatever. You got any last parting words of wisdom for the folks?
Pay attention to what's happening with the dollar and the purchasing power of the dollar. We keep printing it, into oblivion. And again, it's lost 30% of its value in the past 4 years. And, Kamala's got big plans for more money printing. And that's kind of my big concern right now is what's going to happen to the dollar over the next 2, 3, 4 years.
Now, correspondingly, gold in the last 3 years is up how much?
Last 4 years since 2020, 60%.
So gold is up $60, down 30. That's a fairly significant economic happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shift, and more is going to continue. You have every major investment bank calling for gold to be significantly higher within the next year.
All right, Max Baecker, thank you very much. American Hartford Gold, one of our primo sponsors here at BillO'Reilly.com, and we are happy to have them on board. I'll see you soon out on the coast.
Yeah, sounds good, Bill. Thank you.